Hi guys, how's it going? Over the last few days, I've been thinking about a question that goes like this. Would you rather be good or whole? At first, I personally did not answer that question. I just wanted to see how I'm going to react automatically. And basically, I was just waiting for my body to react without of me thinking or forcing the answer intentionally, in a way. And so I was just waiting to see the feedback. Basically, it almost came out to me automatically by just saying, "Of course you gotta be good. Of course you good. Of course you must be good. There is no other option other than you be good." So, by that statement, basically, I suspect there are many things that I would rather reject inside of myself, or basically make them invisible to me as if they don't really exist and they really need attention and love for and sacrificing basically those needs because I had the idea that I must be good, because if people are not good towards each other, if we don't treat each other like kindness with kindness, if we don't basically coexist in a peaceful way, then there's just no point. There's just no point to anything, because life really doesn't get really much easier or meaningful by having relationship constantly working against you and being on a and having more enemies basically that you can have allies. And I personally do not really recommend this. And so, by extension, I thought that being good is a virtue. Basically, that I had to learn how to be good, both to me and to other people, for me to basically have almost the most benefits in relationships and towards myself. For example, the way I'm saying that I must be good to myself is by taking care of my health. Basically, try to exercise, lift some type of weights, or even eat healthily, read something, sleep, and these are basically the healthy habits that proves that you treat yourself good, right? Or even with other relationships with other people, that basically if they take a positive feedback, if they feel good around you, if they smile, if they're happy, etc., those things must have meant that you treat them good. And so, why am I saying this now? All that. Because I suspect that there are many things that I hide, even towards myself, not even towards other people, in a way that seems to manage of itself in ways that I can really comprehend. For example, if I find most of the things that I do, patterns, ways of thinking and reflexes, or ways, and basically scan me at almost everything I do, that would mean basically that I do some things that I'm not aware of, and normally I am supposed to have control over those things, and that means that I'm doing things that I'm supposed to control, but I cannot control. And that is the thing that I want to say basically, is that I want to work for myself eventually. I want to make my own art. I want to make my own philosophical videos about existence, about life, about whatever. And the thing is that I just couldn't find any ways to make that happen. Why? Because I suspect there are things, or maybe I should say parts of myself, that actually hold me down. Why? Because they believe I don't really deserve that kind of behavior. I don't really deserve to have the amazing lifestyle I may as well have in my mind. Why? Because I secretly do not believe I'm worthy of those things. And secretly, I hold me down in ways I cannot see for myself. And I just don't know why that happens. And that's why I decided to basically start scanning myself even more. And usually when I have something on my mind, basically I'm going extremely full attack on complete complete offense. If something I found it in my way that I regard as something to be weight and holding me down, I had the idea of me defeating that and just obliterating and basically punching the hell out of that and defeat it in almost every way possible. Even if it means basically get a little bit hurt for me to get the reward of making sure that I have won the opposing threat in a way. Because I suspect that the other thing is the thing that holds me back. So of course I'm going to go for freedom. The most possible freedom I could possibly get. And if I suspect that there are obstacles in front of me that basically prevent me from being free, well, yes, I am going to threat it with almost everything I've got and basically bump the hell out of it in a way. And so, ironically, what I thought that this way of thinking would possibly mean something like, okay, that I'm maturing. Basically means that I delay my needs, at least for now, for something much greater, for a reward greater. Or basically, in another example, that I refuse to treat the way I want to treat the people. Basically meaning that I may want sometimes to shout them or curse on them based on all those stuff basically and treat them wrong basically or bad. And I prevent myself from doing this because I always say to myself that there's absolutely never, and I do mean never, an excuse to treat the other people wrong or bad, intentionally at least. Intentionally. There is never a right moment to curse the other person, to shout at them, realistically, all right? And so I'm saying that those things that I do mean, by the way, are the same things that basically make me hold myself down and basically don't want to express myself in a ways that I thought are wrong or even dangerous to and possibly harm a relationship that I care about. And so this matters to me because, ironically, the things that make me want to fight intensely for my own freedom are the things that I want to be expressed and the things that may as well make me even more free. And as I said at the beginning of this video, would you rather be good or whole? Now, the right answer must be whole. Because I'm supposed to be in this earth and basically become who I was always meant to be. And I'm not saying this as someone who's completely introspective or some kind of a guru or anything like this. It's just that I've always been a guy that is on self-improvement and basically every important skill that makes me happy and healthy and strong and whatever, I suspect that in some time I would like them to scale them completely. For example, if I wanted to be completely educated and basically learn a lot of things and basically learn how to read and basically absorb the information, the important information I think are beneficial for me, and that information basically is either history or economics or politics or philosophy or whatever. Basically, I was saying to myself that okay, if I start reading, I could potentially scale that skill into making me read more and more effectively and more efficiently. And basically, in a year, I could just read 40 books. Well, that sounds to me a very small number, but by my standards, even though I don't do it, even though I believe I should, and let's just say that I want to read 40 books a year, okay? That has to basically go to 60 per year at one point and onwards, simply because I have become very good at reading and basically holding the information inside. And the thing is that I was into this self-improvement thing and journey because first I thought it was fun and I really loved it. But another real the real secret reason behind it was because I believe that there's something wrong with me, and therefore, since I'm the guy who is broken and damaged and basically wrong for the most part of what he thinks and says it does, if I manage to improve those things, basically I will not be anymore a damaged, broken person who for the most part is wrong about what he thinks, says and does. And me basically holding me down, or maybe I should say me believing that I'm someone who is down, who got humbled very young, at a very young age, who basically accepted that I don't really deserve many things in life. And I still believe that. It's just what you earn. And there's no value to a person who do the things that he wants. It's just life is whatever you do with it. There are no real rules behind it. And so I didn't really believe and for the most part I still believe that I don't really deserve many things in life. I don't really deserve good relationships. I don't really deserve a trustful partner or potential wife or children that I wish one day I can have. I don't really deserve a job or a company in a way or a business that I really love, because I am the low guy who must completely transform himself to basically change radically and forcefully for me to basically become someone worthy of those things in a way. And now I'm saying all this thinking that basically I'm going against me the whole time. The reasons why I need to improve is the reason why I can't. The reason that I want to move on and basically be free is because I want to completely reject the things, or even I should say kill the things that basically hold me down. And psychologically there are things and desires that I have that basically I never grant them their wish in a way. Sorry. And I'm saying those stuff because I seem to be in a completely diabolic situation. I'm a guy who now thinks that I can do a step or 2 or 3 steps if I actually kill it and basically return to the same position or even further behind, 2 or 3 or 4 steps behind where I started, because basically I haven't given any attention or love to the things that I really want to do. An example that I can give of the things that basically I am, but I'm not admitting in a way that I am, or I don't really project that I do. I completely suppress in a way, is that I'm kind of a jerk. In what ways? In the ways of just if I'm being with an argument with a person and I prove to be right, I am depends on the person, but if it is a person or a friend of mine, basically I'm not going to talk more. I'm gonna end the discussion there. But if I have to deal with a person that I don't necessarily like, or it's unknown to me, I have a tendency to boast that person, or I should say I want to boast that person and say more things and humiliate him or more of those stuff. And basically I'm saying all this stuff and that sounds very mature to me, but anyways, I'm saying all this and I have never done them. I don't do them in the analogy that my shadow self in a way wants me to do it. And I'm saying this in a way that at the same time I admit that I'm kind of a jerk and I want to treat people bad in a way that is kind of humorous, but at the same time not so much. I just enjoy sometimes, I believe, to treat other people horribly just for the fun of it. And at the same time, I'm the guy who just says that kind of behavior is wrong. Don't do it if it's wrong. You know it's wrong. You shouldn't embrace such behavior. And so that way, it's just that I find many examples like that completely coming to opposition. And just at the same time, this opposition, when it exists for many things in life, is the reason why you seem to be stable and at the same time feel as if I, in particular, or many other people, basically fighting to get nothing. They're fighting against themselves. They're fighting against things that they know they want, but know at the same time they should not do, or think, or say. And I'm saying this as a third person now about myself, and I'm saying that I don't know if that's me, but I secretly believe that this is a human thing. It's a human thing that we want basically to come at such conclusions that nothing works because I'm the issue and I want this and the opposite at the same time. And basically our entire organism, our entire being searches for conflict, searches for drama in many ways. And this is what I think to myself. I'm a guy that basically I believe that I'm a guy that I don't think I really want drama in my life. I really want a clear, peaceful, calm life that basically everything is clear. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and that is it. We're good. And if I get half of them, I'm going to be satisfied, basically, because I don't really think I deserve much. So I should say that because I have got used to not get what I want, especially from other people, I can say, okay, I can live with this. No deal, no big deal. And so that is the thing about all that, is that perhaps we're made for inner conflict and drama. And when things are way too clear and comfortable, we may as well have a tendency to make this even more foggy a bit. So just so we can start clearing the atmosphere more. And I'm saying at the beginning, this doesn't seem to make a lot of sense if you are a stable person. But at the same time, a stable person may as well be a person who has completely rejected the parts of himself or herself that really, really want to be expressed and go outwards. And basically have them in their own personal hell, I say this. And so many other things that I suspect I must search for are on their way, and I don't know where this is gonna go. I'm just saying this because this might as well be an experience that many other people face, and at the same time it can be something, a global thing, basically, a thing that basically that many other people also share. And it's exactly how Carl Jung said that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will basically rule your life, and you're going to call it fate. It's very interesting to me. Well, I thought I knew about myself and who I am, basically what I want out of life, and I still do to a broader extent. But I want to believe that those are my choices and not basically the things that me being traumatized chose the exact opposite of my pain. For example, if I want a woman in my life, a wife, and basically me accepting that, okay, I may as well not do that necessarily in life, but all the other things I may as well do, I'll probably be still satisfied. It's still because I suspect that I don't really deserve a woman or to get a woman in my life. And I am satisfied by having the half of the things again. And so I have kind of accepted it because I don't really like a lot of conflict. I suspect I like conflict when it comes to not so much in competition, but when it comes to arguing and making ideas make sense, and digging and searching for more meaning in life, and more logical points in the conversation. And so I'm going to say that I suspect that I'm going to open a new completely chapter in my life, and I am alone in this, because this is how it's done. And I'm going to do what I'm saying, that I'm going to travel through the gates of my own hell, and basically search intentionally for the parts of myself that I have completely rejected and basically want love and attention. And this is something that I don't think I was going to do if I'm the person I am still today. Meaning that I suspect I'm going to change within the next months. I don't know if it's gonna be for the good or for the better. That thing is now irrelevant, because ironically, the things that define goodness or evilness, basically, I must be aware of those things. I must know what is right, what is wrong, what is good and evil, basically. And that is very cliche. But I'm not saying this to just accept the one and reject the other. Embrace both. And in that way, is basically, I'm gonna make attempts to be more whole. And if anyone find this intriguing or satisfying in a way, or can relate with this, you're more than welcome to tell me if you want to. That is gonna be my video for today, I suspect, and more videos like this going to come up. Until then, I hope you're having a great time. Stay great, and peace. Thank you so much for your time. Bye, and thanks.